Welcome to Side Notes. I'm out and about. We're at the 92nd Annual Warriors Day Parade. I'm standing here with the Tino Wallenda from the Flying Wallendas, 200 years of history behind your name. Want to quickly tell us a little bit about the history?
Well, we're into the 8th generation performing in the circus, and almost 90 years on the tightrope, although, as you mentioned, it's almost 200 years we've been involved in circus work. So we've done everything you can imagine, but what we've zeroed in for the last 90 years is walking a slender strand, a tightrope high in the air like the one that you see us perform on.
What are some acts that you've done that really stand out in your mind performance-wise?
Well, of course, the Wallendas, one of our big pyramids with a 4-person, 3-level pyramid, which we've accomplished. Another one is our 7-person pyramid that we do from time to time. And not only that, we have a record with Guinness Book of World Records, not for our 7 and not for necessarily 8, but for 10 people on a wire in a 3-level pyramid.
And not only performing here in Toronto, where other places that you performed at that stick out right now?
Well, we've been around the world virtually. You know, we've been in New Zealand, in Taiwan, in Korea, in Africa, in Europe, of course, and we're heading to Europe later this year to do our 7-person pyramid.
And your nephew was the one who walked across the tight wire across the Niagara Falls.
He is the one, my sister's son.
And yourself, looking back over how long you've been doing this, what is the one act that really stands out in your mind performance-wise that you've done?
Well, I've done some high-altitude walks myself between buildings and so forth and so on. Both my daughter and my son that performed with me, they did a walk over the Han River in Seoul, South Korea. It was 1 kilometer in length, which is the longest walk that I know that anyone has ever made on a tightrope.
And there was no suspension, like there was no net underneath them to catch them?
No net, no. Of course, it was over the water, but the water was awful hard at that height. You wouldn't want to land in it, for sure.
And your website?
Is Wallenda.com, WALLENDA.com.
Looking back over everything you've done and your daughter and your son, is there any message you want to leave to people that want to get into doing acts like this?
Well, it's a lot of hard work. It's a completely different lifestyle, so you got to be prepared for that. Most people that come into it after they've already become either a late teenager or an adult, it's kind of a fling, so they come in it for a while, but if you really want to make a life out of it, you've really got to be committed and dedicated to it. But that's a lot like what life is all about. We really need to be focused in on what our career is, what we're aiming at, and we need to not give up. No matter what, we need to keep plugging. Just as I know you have, and I just want to say I appreciate the fact that you're a veteran, and we who have not served, we really take our hats off to you, and we thank you for standing in front of the way, in the front of evil, and defending us. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and hopefully you'll see your family for decades to come. Maybe you'll be around for another 200 years. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.